My people, to win the fight against corruption, one must understand the root causes of corruption. Being angry or being able to identify how corruption is happening does not mean that you understand what is causing corruption to happen. Since we cannot completely eradicate corruption, we must understand its root causes in order to be able to curtail its impact on the art of governance. From my previous videos, I have explained that it is important that we understand the essence of laws, systems, the political system and natural system, and most importantly, understand the individual, why it behaves the way he does, the nature and character of the individual. And I said that research has proven that the individual is selfish. Data, facts, theories have proven that man is selfish. Therefore, he must be checked. Otherwise, he becomes dangerous to the society, and the most effective means towards achieving this process of checking or controlling the individual is through punishment for bad or corrupt behaviors, which ultimately creates fear. But fear is not just created. There is a procedure or process that must be carefully observed in order to create fear. I call it the fear mechanism. Fear doesn't just happen. For fear to be created in the hearts of individuals, both leaders and followers, punishment must be consistent. Punishment must be timely. If the only person commits crime now, you punish him 20 years to come. It has to be timely. Again, punishment has to be consistent. Punishment has to be painful. Punishment has to be impartial. Of course, it has to be legal and transparent. But the moment when punishment becomes partial, the strong, mighty, powerful, and politically connected begin to operate or act without fear and so much impunity. So if you want to understand why individuals in position of power, the politicians, are acting the way they are, being corrupt and being unapologetic about it, you should know that it is not just because they are corrupt or selfish. It is also because they are not afraid of anything. The concept of fear is not in their vocabulary. They are not afraid of punishment. Neither are they afraid of losing in the forthcoming election, because they know that whether me and you vote or not, they will still win. So there is no punishment. Even the power that the electorate have to now vote someone out that has not performed up to standard, the process of indirect party primary has compromised that power and snatched it from us. And so the politician is no longer afraid of even losing election after the expiration of his tenure. This is why you see Tinubu is already making plans of 2027. Can you imagine that? But let's go on. Under a democratic system, there is a process or procedure or systematic arrangement which fear is effectively created in the minds of both the followers and the leadership. And this process is called the separation of power between the three branches of government in order to create an effective system of check and balance between the three arms of government, the executive, legislature, and the judiciary, which aims to curtail the abuse of power or office by political leaders for personal gain. It is only through this process that you see that all subjects are under the law, both political leaders and followers. No one is bigger than the law. Everyone is afraid of committing crime. And note this fact, in a democratic system, it is the powerful that are being assigned the duty to control the powerful, such that the executive is checking the legislature is checking the executive, and the judiciary between the three. He did not say you, me, and you voters go and check the president. No, it will be an error. Because if you don't have power, if you don't have capacity, how can you then go and check the excesses of someone who is powerful? Who will give you the guts to go and tell the president that, oh, this is unconstitutional? This is why you see that even when we get angry and go out for protest, result never did. You understand? So it is the powerful checking the powerful in a democratic system under the principle of separation of powers. Now, whenever you begin to see the abuse of office or power by certain political actors or officials, you should know that there is an ineffective system of check and balance. This means that there is a problem with the separation of powers. Since the result of check and balance is not achieved, we should question the process of separation of powers between these three arms. How then take separate the power? We will know the effective system of check and balances between the three arms of government. The judiciary just do like should I say follow, or should I say a well-fed dog that is just loyal to the master? Anything they say, okay, there is a problem. And I'm saying don't look into the character of individuals. It is already a concluded fact that we are all corrupt. The judiciary, the individuals in the judiciary are corrupt. So are the ones in the Senate, so are the ones in the executive. But there is a systematic arrangement that is done through or under a democratic system that gets all of these individuals to behave as desired by the majority or the collective in a country. Or if you are following me, don't begin to misunderstand that if they were good people. No, they are not good people. It's a fact. So how do you deal with these selfish people who do not have your interest at heart? It is no use begging because it has not worked for over 64 years. So I'm telling you to focus, come back. Let's look into or figure out where there is something wrong with the separation of power, that we are not seeing an effective system of check and balance where individuals are now becoming too powerful to even abuse power, and we are the other side are on the receiving end. Of course, it is true that we can beg, we can plead, we can pray for individuals who we already know and research has proven that are selfish, who are not afraid of punishment or even losing election after the expiration of their term, to now have empathy or compassion to now do what is good or right for us. It can happen, but it has not happened for 64 years. So I am saying that the founding fathers of democracy didn't resort into begging individuals into having compassion on the people. They crafted a system, and I have pointed out what that system is. Even the Oyo Empire, where the Oyo Mercy were checkmating the activities of the Alafin. Now, this even happened in the Benin Empire. It was even a monarchical system where it had checks and balances. So why have you resorted into complaining about the character of the political leader? Are you complaining about your own corrupt and selfish character? Are you telling me that it's just the politicians that are stealing money? Have you not known that even contractors are stealing the money? Money gets to the private sector, it disappears. It gets to the hands of individuals or even small cadre government officials. They're stealing all they can. If you block this loophole, they are looking for another loophole to steal money. Are you not concerned with all of these people? Why do you beg when there is a system where we can now get even the political leader to obey the law as a result of fear? But first of all, the individuals in the executive and the legislature and the judiciary, they must have commensurate level of autonomy and have all these answers. Even you know these things. It's just that your mind has been corrupted towards thinking empathy, good heart, good virtues, good leaders. I told you in my other video that the time or the question, the time for the discussion of a good leader is where you want to elect these people into power. Have you not heard about absolute power, which means unchecked power, corrupt and corrupt absolutely? Immediately you vote these people into office, the next level is to make sure that they, as a result of fear, work for the people, serve the people. Che, who no fear you go serve you? No. See, life is so plain. Nature is so clear. If it is on you to ignore it, nature does not care. So as long as you keep begging, I'll keep telling you that the solution is not in begging for sympathy. The solution is in restructuring the system so that everything works the way it is supposed to work. After I lay this foundation of this discussion, we can now begin to discuss little things, then add up so that you will begin to understand me better. Thank you. See you in the next video. This is the Science of Corruption Part 18. I will tell you until you listen.